we are facing stricter COVID measures once again. Frankly speaking, after circuit breaker last year, followed by phase 1, 2 and 3, I never thought that we'll come back to this stage again. But then again, last year I also dismissed COVID as just a normal flu and never thought that it would be so serious. But history is repeating itself. I think as business people and entrepreneurs, we tend to be more optimistic, and it can be a good or a bad thing. Having hope for the future is important, but we need to be prepared as well. There's this book written by the legendary CEO of Intel, Andy Grove, and this book is Only the Paranoid Survive. And in it, he talks about the crises that every company faces every now and then. In the case of Intel, they were almost forced out of business at one point when the Japanese company started manufacturing memory chips that are cheaper and of higher quality than those that Intel manufactures. And Andy Grove made the important and difficult decision to pivot from memory chips to producing microprocessors. And as you know, the rest is history. Now almost every computer has an Intel chip, and Intel became one of the most valuable and biggest company in the world because of this difficult decision. So it is important to be paranoid, according to Andy Grove, and to see opportunities in a crisis. But easier said than done. How to find opportunities in crisis, because when we are in a position ourselves, it's very hard to see any sort of opportunities. Which is why in this video, I want to share with you 3 ideas from what I've experienced and observed last year in the circuit breaker. The first one is, last year, some of our clients started to create a digital arm of their business while their main business is closed because they are non-essential business. So for example, a chiropractor started selling supplements online on their e-commerce store, and a hair salon started to sell shampoos and conditioners of their own brand online as well, or a beauty salon selling facial products via their e-commerce store. So this year, when they couldn't run their retail store, at least they have revenue coming in through their e-commerce store, and they could even take advantage of certain advertising opportunities available online. Which brings me to my next point. Last year, some companies that are more ambitious and have the foresight started to pump in more money into advertising because they know that competition is less, which results in lower advertising costs, and they took advantage of the advertising opportunities. The opportunity exists because businesses were closed during this period, and as they say, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. And these ambitious companies took advantage of the opportunity to grow and to get ahead of their competitors during the circuit breaker period. Thirdly, this is also a good chance to cut costs via automation, because consumers nowadays are more willing to self-serve by doing something online themselves. Some companies, for example, started running auto webinars, which means that they record their webinar once, and after that people can go back and replay the webinar over and over again and to understand about a company's product and services through that webinar. On top of that, you can try appointment booking to let people book appointment themselves or pay for services themselves online, because as consumer behavior shift, people are more willing to try out online or any remote solutions that you introduce that can potentially help you to cut costs. I think the most important thing to take away from this is that really anything can happen these days. Things that we thought is not possible is happening right now. Nobody would expect the world to be like this today. People working from home, buying things online without meeting anyone in person. I think it's fair to say that nobody knows how long COVID will last, and only the paranoid will survive. This time round, there's no mention of grants or policies to help SMEs in a big way. And it is up to us to find a sustainable solution, either by introducing a digital arm of the business, leveraging advertising, or using automation, and really to find the opportunity within the crisis. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification so that when new videos are released, you will be notified. And I'll see you soon.